Hello everyone and welcome to QualityOldGames. Today we are having part 6 of our extreme difficulty Spain campaign, and that extreme difficulty means that we can train units only in tier 3 settlements, we cannot use any temple units, we cannot build any ships, and we do have Numidian overlords, meaning that we cannot attack their settlements or their cities. We can defend against them if they choose to attack. In any case, in the last episode we suffered some setbacks, especially in our assault on Narbo Martius and against Romans. Then again, our assault, or rather battle against Romans, had a kind of fortunate ending because we managed to kill the last two remaining Julii family members, and thus Julii got wiped out, even though we had to flee from the battle. So that went, after all, relatively well. And now it seems we are in a rather tough spot against Britons. Let's see if they can find the courage to cross the river this time.
New warriors have arrived on the field. Send them to kill the enemy.
In the last episode, they kind of just swerved around. And, well, the battle wasn't quite interesting. So let's hope they will do at least something this time. Hopefully something which will allow us to rout the whole army. Okay, so at least those light chariots are doing some work. Might actually be that they are really trying to cross this time. I mean, missile cavalry in river crossings is rather annoying. Is this... no, it's not a fjord. Rather crossing... I guess there are none in this battle map. Which of course takes away some tactical flexibility, but also at the same time perhaps gives us some options. Or rather makes things easier because, well, the enemy cannot cross either. And yeah, after the disaster at Narbo Martius we will keep this guy as a reserve. So now they do have slingers over there as well. Let's see if we could hit them. No, we are not going to cross. And I have absolutely no idea. Okay, they are firing at the slingers. And the slingers... okay, so now they're coming across and we need a war cry. And we need to put the cavalry into a bit better position. And you guys could fire the javelins, so we have board warriors leading the charge. And it seems our infantry is getting a bit shaky, and it seems they are rushing over so eagerly that some of their men are falling to the river. So if we could take care of that barbarian warlord, it would be just great. Because that way we most likely could be able to break the enemy. Shaken, shaken. Okay. Well, that was quick. And now, of course, they do have those chariots over there. Which means Oh, come on. Yeah, they do have those chariots over there. Which of course means that our cavalry... The utility of our cavalry is rather limited. I'm not sure if we can actually pull a victory out of this one. Perhaps we could make one YOLO charge with the cavalry. Okay, well.
Killed the enemy general. Now his men show fear. Now they may turn and run. Attack! Attack!
Perhaps it's time to pull back the cavalry. Seems we even have some infantry left. But not that much cavalry, apparently. If we could use these guys to wipe out the enemy chariots. Okay, they are breaking. So let's not waste any cavalry units over there. Okay, one of them is breaking. That unit is breaking. And these guys are suffering just horrible casualties. Okay, good. Warband is breaking. Some of them are actually marching towards the bridge, which is rather interesting. So fortunately, at least the enemy warbands are tired. But then again, so are quite a bit of our own troops. But I guess we just need to entice the enemy to charge us and then wipe them out one by one. Okay, that's one unit less to worry about. Oh, warhounds. Not good. And now they have those light chariots over here. Okay, good. One less unit to deal with. That's Warband. I guess you guys can use fire at will. Okay, good. They are fleeing. Then again, so are or is our infantry and slingers. Okay, and the dogs of war are released. And they are chasing our general. That's bad, okay. That unit is dealt with. And that unit did rally. So some reinforcements over there will be needed. So perhaps this will turn out to be a victory after all. Let's see. Okay, they are routing. Let's take care of those dog handlers. We don't want to face them again. So now we have some light chariot slingers. And perhaps it's best to have a bit of a rest. Could we actually just deal with those dogs? Oh. I'm not paying attention. Nasty dogs. Bad boys. Going against chariots with cavalry is always risky, but it seems this time the risk is paying off. And I think you guys can just try to smash through those chariots. We do have some barbarian cavalry over there. So, eventually a really important victory. However, the casualties are rather abysmal. But I think we wiped out the Briton army, which is kind of the most important thing. Then again, we need... oh. Well. So much for wiping out that Briton army. So... let's get one army moving out. And I guess it's going to be this army. Let's see if we have some... No, we don't have any. I was wondering if we had some retinue members which we could turn over to the general holding Batavium, but we don't. So let's retrain, and I think we need to actually train some infantry. Do we have mercenaries available? No, we don't.
General! Orders? March! Unable to move. General! Splitting the troops. General! March! Out of moves. Move!
Okay, and here... Well, Batavium is the logical choice for retraining.
Lord? General!
These troops are rather depleted, so for retraining it is... For them, do we have... There is this detachment coming.
Move out! Out of moves.
Do we have any mercenaries available at Spain? Yes, we do. Well, perhaps they can bolster the defenses of Cordoba. At least for the moment, Oscar. Well, it will take a while still to get into good shape. Here... Well, I guess we'll just try to starve Narbo Martius out. And, well, if they sally forth, let's try to deal with them. We have a family member here. So perhaps we could send, reinforce this army a bit. The reinforcements will be needed. And actually we didn't lose any slingers, that's some really good news. Can we... Yes, we can send some reinforcements. Heading that way, in Segesta, let's send 3rd unit of Scutari. And from Ariminum, I think we will send these 2 units to Batavium. So let's see. Carthago Nova should be growing relatively soon. Scalabis, well, not that far. Well, this is rather far. Asturica, relatively far. Oscar, not that far. So, yeah. I'm a bit worried about the situation in here. Could we perhaps bribe this guy? $22,000. Well, I guess at the moment we do have the money. And perhaps we could even begin the siege of Lugdunum. Yeah. And this unit will follow soon after. Okay, so we are advancing. And of course we need to deal with the Gaul over there. I would really like to take this Narbo Martius, because now we are kind of an empire divided. And we have enemy captain coming at us. I think we will try to wipe this army out first, and only after that see if we could deal with the garrison force. Then again, perhaps a better approach would have been to concentrate all of the units into one bigger army and played with that, but the die is cast, as the saying goes. But yeah, because the reinforcements are coming relatively soon, we need to try to be rather aggressive. And fortunately, we do have long shield cavalry, so they should pack a bit more punch than the round shield cavalries, which we mostly have had this far. So, a kind of flanking maneuver. It's like a spin, good move. Okay, good. Okay, so basically the initial army is wiped out.
Now
excellent.
hunt them down. Enemy warlord lies dead. Now he can drink with his ancestors and watch his warriors flee.
And it seems the enemy reinforcements are rather intent on advancing on us. So let's have a bit of a rest before we engage them. And perhaps with some luck, no, not luck, with some skill, Narbo Martius will be ours after this battle. That would be actually really great. So, the idea is that the Spanish mercenaries will get some javelins off before the enemy can get at us, and that formation actually gives us an opportunity to snipe either this flank or that flank. And since there is the general, I think we want to go to left with the main force. And let's try to cause some havoc. We don't know what units they do have in here. Hopefully this is skirmisher warband, so that would make things quite a bit easier. But if we could snipe the general, we would be in really good position. Yeah, it's skirmisher warband. Excellent. So these guys are to tie the enemy down a bit, and these guys are to perform the flanking maneuver over here. And yeah, you guys could also run. And these guys are really getting the attention. And we should be able to deal with the warlord with relative ease.
The warlord... The enemy warlord is dead, slain by your brave warriors.
Let's see if we could snipe those war dogs. Okay, they are released. Too bad. Okay, so I guess this unit just has to lead them off the map. And it's cavalry that's actually routing from here. So apparently the charge was not quite on par. Okay, but we are breaking that unit and once again not paying enough attention. Yeah, I guess you guys just pull back and draw the dogs, and this could end up in catastrophe. Skirmisher warband. So apparently the Long shield cavalry cannot work miracles all alone. Okay, so let's try to concentrate the forces a bit more. Okay, well, that was nice. Are the dogs coming after this unit? Yeah. Okay, I guess that's our next target. Come. Okay, they are breaking. And there is one warband left. They should be relatively tired already. So a pincer should be enough to break the morale. Or if we could even get a surround.
Punish mercenaries. Attack quickly. Fire at units. Units, charge. Attack quickly. Attack. Iberian infantry.
What? Yeah. And some additional
Enemy
casualties
army
as
runs.
well.
Now hunt them down. Slaughter them.
And of course we try to make sure that the garrison is destroyed and Narbo Martius returns to its rightful owner, namely us.
We shall rule.
And, well, I mean... No! Don't hurt our
Unable to
depleted unit. That's rude.
forward. Unable to move. General, forward.
I mean, your rebels should be rather passive. Oh, Prutia are coming. That means some issues. I'm not sure how well we can defend against them as it is.
General,
Oh, and this unit must be sent to Ariminum.
move out. No more move.
These guys to Patavium. These guys will go to help with the siege of Luvavum, which is rather poorly defended, so we don't actually need these forces there. So let's gather them up in here, and I think we will try to take Mediolanum relatively soon, because this army has moved off and thus left the settlement rather vulnerable, and this is not good.
I will talk to them.
How much will it take? Okay, I guess that's fair enough. What about this guy? 16,000. Well, let's see.
At once.
In a while. And Yeah, Narbo Martius is ours. And we actually want to leave only minimal garrison. Too bad we cannot retrain this unit anywhere nearby. But I think... And we cannot even pull back. Okay, so it's going to be an ambush battle. I was thinking about taking a position on that bridge, or rather, river crossing. And of course it's winter. Well, fortunately, the enemy formation is not quite as good as it could be, but of course most of the enemy infantry has bonus in snow. So let's see. If we could start rolling their left flank. Okay, the unit is turning over here. And a pincer, hopefully. Okay, they're breaking. Good. Let's take down quite a few of them and then regroup for another go. And of course, let's keep the enemy running as well. Okay? So... are they actually charging? Perhaps we could actually snipe the enemy general? No, don't do that. It seems the enemy general is actually sniping our cavalry. Okay, just draw them a bit further out. Okay, they are not willing to oblige. But perhaps the enemy formation is getting a bit stretched out, and the enemy general is actually chasing after our fleeing cavalry, so this should present us an opportunity to wipe them out and hopefully not to lose this unit. So let's try to lead them towards our cavalry. And so that we can actually get a flank on the charts.
Warlord shows his worth. Nothing. Any of our warriors would die rather than run.
And if we could just take him down. Okay, so this has to be the flanking force. Perhaps. Well, I guess the enemy general actually got away. Well, at least we should be able to wipe out his army. So perhaps the result of this battle is not going to be that bad after all. Okay, so let's get into flanking position once again. And apparently we are good to charge. Oh, that's not a good charge. Well, I guess good enough. And then we have this one unit of swordsmen. Okay, and that's it. Okay, unfortunately the enemy general got away, but at least his army is destroyed, and actually that might mean that we will be pushing towards Lemonum. And it's always nice when those guys are gaining positive traits. Massilia is growing rather nicely. Let's hope the growth will continue. Do we need to reinforce our re-team? We practically cannot.
General.
Oh, we have 3 generals over there. Well, that's nice. And yeah, better not to forget these guys. They are rather important. And perhaps we could send, yeah, this unit out as well.
General. Orders. Yes. Move out.
And I think we do have a turn. Okay, Reminum is besieged. We need to relieve that, and the rebels are becoming rather annoying. I mean, I think we should just auto-resolve.
We'll fight another day. Out of moves.
And at this pace, yeah, I think we will just try to bribe these guys off.
I will talk to them. Yes, my lord. Out of moves.
Okay, Asturica is kind of maxed out. Carthago Nova, well, almost. Actually, it will grow rather soon. Oscar. Let's boost public order. Arretium. I guess Warlord Stables is a nice addition. And Brutii have 3 units. We have should have relatively strong garrison over there.
Move, General. Move out, General. Move. No more moves. Chief. Yes, General.
And as one of the units is actually Velites, 1 ballista. Well, perhaps. Yeah, I think
General.
we should be able to deal with them. And in Patavium, I think we should be amassing troops for the attack against Mediolanum. And if the cavalry moves rather quickly, we could perhaps catch those ballistae off guard. And that should make the rest of the battle at least somewhat easier. Yeah, good. Let's rest a bit. We don't want to charge in with windy troops. And since they do have Velites in front, I think one of the cavalry units will charge the front, while the other will try to circle around to flank the Hastati and hopefully take down their captain there as well. So, time to go. Wavering, taking cash. Okay, good.
Enemy army runs. Now hunt them.
And we should be able to replenish this army rather nicely.
This is a
Good. And hopefully that will be a polite reminder to the Brutii to mind their own business.
orders.
Okay, so could we take Lugdunum straight away? One, okay, they have silver chevrons, so I think we need to do this manually. And of course, it's a bit painful to leave one unit as a garrison in such a border settlement, but at least it will buy us time.
Await my order.
Not if, but when
General, march.
the Germanians come back in force. I think as the enemy has only the bodyguards, we will not use light cavalry against them, because, well, the result might be rather bad. So let's try to
Warriors have reached the enemy gate.
entice the enemy to engage with the... Well, let's try to entice them to engage our infantry.
Your warriors have done brave work with the
And
battering ram.
then if we could flank them with our bodyguard. Because, well, the bodyguard, we have more men, and furthermore, we should have a bit more experience, we have a better general. So I think we have what it takes to win the battle. Provided I'm not using the triple speed too eagerly. So let's try to position the units actually so that we can get a bit of a hammer and anvil.
General! We're under attack.
That was relatively few javelins flying.
Come back, cowards!
And I think the Scutari here just volunteered to be the garrison in this settlement. Okay, nice. And of course we managed to take out rather strong Germanian general. So, yeah, not much to loot here. But I guess a new settlement is always a new settlement. And the main function of this is just to act as a border front or kind of lighting beacon,
More moves.
warning us of the arriving new enemies.
General!
And we will have this
General!
Matuginus the Conqueror taking on Mediolanum. After that, the question is to push north or to push east or push south. Well, let's see. Do we have enough to... Yeah, we could assault, but then again it's only 2 turns, so for once let's try to play it safe. And here
Move out!
we don't even know
Destroy!
what playing safe means.
Settlement. Settlement
So
under
let's
siege.
try to take Lemonum, and actually if we are able to take it, and when we are able to take it, will practically mean that we should see less Gaul attacks to Narbo Martius. And here... I would so much like to have some of those, but, well, rules are rules. And no crying will help about that. Yeah, so I guess we have a turn.
Splitting the troops. Waiting to ambush.
Blacksmith is nice, but I guess we need to move out rather soon. The public order is an issue at Batavium, so most definitely we are going to need some improvements over there. Can we get the siege going? Let's make sure that we actually can. Let's bring this conqueror guy here.
Merging armies.
Noble cavalry, well, the defenses are not that good.
Yes.
And, well, let's bring in the mercenaries.
March. Yes. Move. Yes. General, move out.
And
Unable to
apparently,
move.
yeah, the public order really is an issue over there. Well, perhaps we actually have time to replenish these, and as you can see, we are starting to lose our bank. A bit by bit. Okay, call faction leader, that's going to be an issue.
Move out. Out of moves.
But we can have this mercenary unit, and we cannot assault it just yet. But at least the warband will help quite a bit against that enemy faction leader.
Move out.
Perhaps we should take care of those brigands at some point. But yeah, once again, we do have a turn. It will hold 6 turns, so I think we will assault it next turn.
General.
Yeah. So, lukko, kind of a lock in Finnish if you replace C's with K's, and the garrison. So let's try to take care of that faction leader first, and with some skill instead of luck, we will have Lemonum at our hands rather soon. I guess we will make infantry will be our center. We will have 2 wings of cavalry, and hopefully the enemy warlord right in between.
For our warriors to collect in triumph.
And of course we need to have some haste. Because, well, that enemy reinforcing army is coming quite fast. Oh, that was nice. And let's, yeah, okay, they are getting away. Unless, of course, we are kind of circling them. Well, I guess this is more efficient than breaking away and letting them inflict some casualties. But yeah, that went rather well. The first phase of the battle was rather successful. That right flank looks rather weak. Skirmishers and bodyguard. Well, bodyguard is not weak, but that's the prime target, so it's rather valuable and it's relatively weak. So what we want is that these guys tie, especially this warband, in place, so that our cavalry could actually take on the enemy warlord and those skirmishers as well. Okay, so the plan is not working. Oh, so the
warlord lies dead. Now he can drink with his ancestors and watch his warriors flee.
that was rather disappointing performance from our mercenaries. But yeah, they are kind of a warband unit, so one cannot expect too much of them. But it's becoming more and more probable that Lemonum will fall to us. No, we don't want the general to lead this charge that way. Okay, good.
Enemy flee from the field like frightened goats. Hunt them down and slay them all.
And that should be it. And Lemonum should fall.
Fear us. We shall rule our land by conquest.
And the Britons are actually trying to break out. Good. Oh, that's full army of them in the north. We don't actually have enough forces to try to take it out properly. That's a bit annoying. So basically we need these guys to take on the enemy cavalry, because I just don't want to risk 3 generals fighting against chariots. Okay, that's warband. Okay, so it looks likely that we can actually use these guys to just push through to the enemy. And of course we need to rest them a bit. And where... okay, you guys are there. So war cry and just charging in probably does the job. Perhaps we should bring these guys here, just in case. Okay, and time for you guys to go on. Yeah, and those chariots are rather frightening, but you guys have spears, so you should be able to do that.
Ready.
Okay,
Killed
good.
the enemy general. Now his men show fear. Now they may turn and run. Attack!
And that's it.
Victor!
Excellent. So, we have made quite an advance in this episode. What kind of army they do have in here? Mostly warbands. Okay. So... if... okay, one more turn, and Carthago Nova can be upgraded. Osca... well, some turns. Cordoba... we need some improved public order. Segesta... well... growing.
Orders, move out!
And perhaps we could send some of these guys to reinforce Mediolanum, or rather the siege of Mediolanum. And here... we are going to need most of the armies.
Forward! Orders!
And let's try to hold that bridge. If we can do that, we should be in relatively strong position. I think we will send some of the cavalry units that way and most of them reinforcing that army.
To move. General, move. No more moves.
And then we have this army coming from south here.
Move out.
And well, I guess we can send these guys out.
Move. No
And I think it's time for the final battle of this episode, the Siege of Mediolanum. And this should be a piece of cake. But, well, things just don't always go as one plans.
On my orders!
And I think we will send in the mercenaries first and foremost, and of course the slingers. If the enemy is close enough, we will try to hit them. And since we do have money, let's just make sure that we can punch another hole to the wall.
The battering ram is at the gate. Our warriors attack. Now is the time
Then
for
again,
great
perhaps actually
deeds. The battering
using
ram is at the walls. Our
Scutari
warriors
here
attack. Now is the time for
will
great
be the
deeds.
best choice because we can replenish them.
Your warriors have broken the
So
gate. The way is
our
open.
overall
Let your men
army
kill all
strength
the cowards
will not
inside.
be as depleted if we use Scutari compared to using those mercenaries. So that's the reasoning for switching actually to the
We are through the
Scutari,
walls. Now let
doing
the
the
slaughter begin.
dirty work. Let's get in. Let's form a defensive line. Let's get the general close by, and then let's go in with these guys. Okay. So, not feeling so fanatic now, are we?
Our warriors have taken the walls. Now the streets will run with blood.
Indeed they will. Could we perhaps just rout those peasants as we go? No, don't go into the middle of the enemy cavalry unit. That's just a bad way to command. Perhaps I'm speaking more to myself rather than to the enemy, or rather to the bodyguard. General is in the back where he should actually be. I mean, this is rather astounding how much casualties our bodyguard is taking against barbarian noble cavalry. This just should not be possible. Of course, they are charging downhill, but still. Time to pull back. Only 9 remaining. I mean, come on, if this unit actually breaks or the general gets killed, the enemy might actually be able to win this battle. Well, they do have only peasants, so perhaps I'm exaggerating a bit, but still. That was just, I mean, unreal. Okay, the enemy general is down.
Now his men show fear. Now they may turn and run. Attack!
And
Attack!
hopefully these guys will deal with the peasants in short order. Okay, well, I guess fair enough.
Victory is
Even
the
though,
reward of warriors.
I mean,
Great
this is
victories
just
like this go
absurd.
only to the best.
But yeah, I guess such things can happen, especially considering that the army did have really much experience. So that makes it even weirder. But yeah, so we need to send at least some of the units for retraining next turn, and of course then we need to decide the direction which to take. And I think it will be south, because, well, we just cannot afford for Rome to get those Marian reforms. We just are unable to fight them if they get to that point. So, yeah, we are moving south. And let's try to take some of these guys with us. Unfortunately, it seems easier said than done. But yeah, our army is growing. The Senate, or their armies, are out here, so that should make things a bit easier regarding Rome. And Alesia is still held by Gauls, which is rather nice, because that should make taking it easier than taking Britain. But I think we did rather well in this episode. We managed to take this area, and it clearly indicates, and of course Mediolanum, so we have kind of strongly this area under our control. At the same time, we managed to make a bit of a buffer zone here in the north, and our cities are growing, so our armies should be growing at the same time relatively well. But this is everything for today, so thank you very much for watching. If you like the content, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Consider also becoming a channel member. The support would be greatly appreciated, and you will get some nice perks as well. Have a great rest of the day. Quality Old Games.